Coach Grassi, having coached a lot of these players for many years as they've grown up through the ranks, and many younger players, if you see in the other DVD, has established what I call a very simple middle school offense. As I've told stories in other DVDs, I am not a tactical guy at all at this age. And I think way too many coaches make this game way too complicated at the age that these kids are. As I've said many, many times, I am very happy with a player at this level if he or she can do three things. Make a pass, cut to the basket, make a pass, set a screen away to another body, or even make a pass and set a screen on the ball. All I want from this age group at the base is not standing still, which obviously makes defense a lot easier if anybody who's ever played defense on a statue. So Coach Grassi, in this offense, this is a very simple pass, go away. There's a little bit of screening away. So Michael, what I want you to do is just make, let's go through three passes, and then I'll sort of describe it to the audience what's happening as you go. Okay, Michael, you're going to stand. What are you going to do? Okay, he's going to screen away for Tyler. Now what we have is a basic 3-2 set. We've got the two posts, and sometimes those kids are wider, but these are two pretty big 8th grade guys, so we put them closer to the basket. Now Tyler has the ball. We still have our shape, 3 out, 2 in. Okay, Tyler, something else we can do here? What are we going to do now? Pass it. Now what can we do? Now Tyler's cutting, going away. All right. If Curtis is posting, and depending on the aggressiveness of his defense, he might get that ball. Chances are he won't. So let's get it back to the front again. Top guy. All right, let's pass the ball to Michael. Let you go away, Carter, which would set a screen for Tyler. Now let's say you can't get the ball. Curtis, you going to sit there and fight somebody for the next 2 hours? Set a screen on Will. Okay, Will, when do you move? When he sets the screen and not before. All right, because what happens if you move too soon? Okay, he gets called for a moving screen, which means he gets the foul and it's your fault. This, again, at all levels of basketball happens, and it drives me nuts because oftentimes the person who gets the foul, it isn't his fault or her fault. It's the fault of someone who moved too soon. So the key is when you're moving off screens is to wait for the screen to be established, then you won't get called for a moving screen. All right, let's throw the ball into Will. Let's say the defense caught you in time. You didn't have an open shot. What can we do now, Michael? You could go to the corner. Okay. That could be something. Now you could repost, as they say, throw it back in. Okay, let's say, Will, all of a sudden you were being covered by the time Michael got the ball in the corner. What could you do? Give it back to Michael. We're going to add maybe something to your offense. Rather than stand there looking at me dumbfounded, what might you do now? Set a screen on, okay, good. Have you gone any with inside to outside yet? Maybe set a screen for a high guy? We don't do that. You don't do that, okay. By the way, that's something for you to add maybe to your playbook down the road. We'll come back here. Go where you were there, Curtis. Just to make this a little more fun, Tyler, you ready? This is like basketball 103. All right. I'm going to come set a screen here. You know what we call this kind of screen? Back screen. Because, Tyler, even though you don't have someone on you, correct, we're going to pretend you do. All right. In fact, Dion, let's get you on just so we have a defensive player. Plus, you're in a black jersey, and he's in a white jersey. Makes this fun. So I'm Will, being covered by some gorilla here. Can't get the ball. Will's out of here. I got the ball. I set a screen. I got to be still. All right. Run him off that screen. Might he be open? He might be. But what's really going to happen? What's a good defense going to do when I set that back screen? Switch. Now who's going to be open? No one in the history of the world likes setting back screens more than Bob Bigelow. You know why? Because I can shoot. So when I set that screen, right, and they cut, and someone guards him, anyhow, that's a little added thing. If you don't get the ball, you don't necessarily have to set the cross screen, although I know I'm getting outside your offense, but you can move a little, set a back screen, and then you can get some motion. If you watch any good higher level team, pro or college, they'll always spice things up with a back screen.